What is up, guys? This is episode 3 for Reviewer's Realm, and we're going to be reviewing part 2 of Sabrina, or the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina series. And this is season 2, also known as part 2, and it's got 9 episodes in it. So the first episode, chapter 12, The Epiphany. The summary is: as Sabrina prepares for spellbinding showcase, Susie embraces as a series of new beginnings, and Miss Wardwell finds greater purpose at Baxter High. This is the part where she basically figures out that what's going on in the school and stuff, in the academy, and she also figures out that Miss Wardwell is going to continue going at Baxter High to be able to figure out with the four, basically Sabrina's four, Susie, Harvey, and Roz. So because of that, she stays there, and that's basically all what the episode happened. It's a good episode to begin the season with, but it's 55 minutes long, so that's why there's only 9 episodes in here. And then chapter 13, which is episode 2 of part 2, the passion of blah blah blah. I don't know. But yeah, as the summary is: as a sinister guest visits Spellman Mortuary, Theo faces a cast of cruel critics, and Roz and Harvey pursue an extra steamy school assignment. So this is the part where where Harvey and Roz basically get into a romantic type of thing, and Theo, Susie did move to her name to Theo by now, I think so, because this has been a month since I've actually seen the series. I'm ready for season 4, but I'm reviewing it for you guys now. But Theo basically just she basically just gets bullied by jocks because she wants to do basketball, but someone just they basically just make sure that she doesn't do basketball, and it makes her mad and upset. And I'm trying to breathe here. So yeah, that episode was just trying to figure out what was going on with it was just basically a romantic episode for Roz and Harvey, and then trying to show Theo trying to actually do sports that he wants to do. Chapter 14, which is episode 3 of season 2, is called Lubarcada, and the summary is: love and lust sweep through Glendale as Harvey surprises Roz with a sweet gift, and Sabrina explores a romantic ritual and her feelings for Nick. So this one was kind of interesting. I felt like it was just for love bunnies and shit, because she finds out that at the academy the boys dress up as wolves, and this is a sexist thing too. The boys dress up as wolves and the girls dress up as Little Riding Hoods, and they basically whatever Riding Hood basically catches the dude who they want, they keep the dude for the night, and they basically at midnight they fuck. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And as that is going on, Roz and Harvey basically go at the Valentine's Day's prom, and they discovered that they want more of a romantic relationship. And that's all that happens there in that episode. And Nick basically figures out that his golem was a wolf that was killing people, and he had to kill his golem, which was kind of fucked up in a sense. But yeah, chapter 15, Dr. Celebrises, whatever. Sabrina, Theo, Roz, and others attempt to navigate their lines between fact, fiction, and fate when a mysterious stranger sets up shop in Siberius books. Now, this episode is an hour and 3 minutes long, and I thought this one was a pretty interesting episode because it really wasn't story driven. It wasn't you can skip it and you can still enjoy the story, because this one was just for people who would do what ifs, because there's a psychic who goes there who does tarot cards, and the tarot cards are the characters basically just look into the tarot cards and look at their future that could actually happen if they go down the road that they go down. And then it turns out that it was just Miss Wardwell as a disguise. Chapter 16, Blackwood. Tensions rise as Zelda and Father Blackwood's union draws near, and amid the chaos, Sabrina greets a familiar vision, and Ambrose uncovers a dark truth. So what she figures out is that Blackwood's basically betraying them all, and Sabrina basically just figures out that she knows that everything's going on with the place. And in this Zelda and them basically get in trouble because, you know, Lucifer goes to the house and just, you know, talks to them, and then he's just like all pissed off and shit, and he's got this devil horns and this goat face, and oh my god, man, it had it all. Chapter 17, The Missionaries. As Hilda and Sabrina attempt to save Ambrose, Miss Wardwell considers a crucial move, and a violent night of witch hunters targets the Church of Night. Now this one is pretty interesting because at the previous episode, Ambrose was taken into account because Ambrose basically killed, or was framed to kill, like, a lot of the church priests that were for the Church of Night, and they basically were torturing him. The Prudence and her two sisters are basically torturing her. So yeah, I was just like, I feel bad for Ambrose, but they eventually do save Ambrose from, you know, attempt, and yeah. Chapter 18, The Miracles of blah blah blah. But hold on. But this episode is episode 7 of part 2, which is season 2. On the heels of the most perplexing spectacle, Sabrina dives deeper into her newfound power, and Zelda slips into the role of Lady Blackwood. Now this part is like, in episode 16 is what I also forgot to say, is that Blackwood was, Sabrina found out that she had like this power given to her, that she got this power from Lucifer, that she was just like Lucifer's blades, and he basically started just killing. She killed 2 angels, and then she started doing like different stuff. So she basically started giving, she started doing like multiple different stuff. Like she changed the weather in the first scene, and then like Aunt Hilda and Ambrose were just like, the fuck, like that's not witchcraft, that's like demon craft. But she does eventually hell Roz's eyes because she went blind because of her condition, and then yeah, and then chapter 19, which is the Magic, which is pretty fucked up episode. An ominous discovery leads to a desperate search for answers and a risky spell for Sabrina. Meanwhile, Father Blackwood makes a bold announcement. So Father Blackwood in this part, he basically just runs away because he figures out, like everyone figures out that Ambrose was not the guy who killed those guys, and then they figure out that Lucifer goes in there and he says that like, you're a liar, to Father Blackwood, and Father Blackwood is just like, what? And then all the whole entire community, like all the elders, I think is what they're called, or something. I must be mixing up like Sabrina with Charmed, but but the council, that's what they're called, is the Council of the Church of Night. They basically decide that like Father Blackwood would be removed from not becoming an elder priest, and because of that he gets mad, and then he tries to run off with his 2 kids, and basically tries to just go or run away. And while this is all happening, Sabrina wants to get rid of all of her magic, like bound it, and then her aunts basically say no. And so while she's doing this, she does this power of the magic, and the magic is the final prophecy. They don't figure that until later on, and while she does this, she basically just takes all of her power out and puts it in the magic, all her dark power, or all her power. And she wanted to get rid of her dark power, which the only way that would happen is if she get rid of all of her dark power, or all of her power, dark and good and everything. And while she's doing this, she basically gets to have to commit suicide, and by doing that, what's more better way by killing yourself, by literally killing yourself. So Sabrina basically killed the magic, which was a version of her, which was a copy of her, which was the dark, all of her, which was her with all the energy, and that's what the magic was. And she killed her, and she fulfilled the prophecy. And at the end of the episode, Lucifer came into like his angelic form, and he comes onto Earth trying to basically destroy and make like Earth his 10th circle of hell. So that's what comes into episode 9, season 2, chapter 20, the Mephisto walks. And the summary is: light and night cross path once more as Greendale faces the Dark Lord's prophecy, and Prudence challenges Father Blackwood's ruthless plan. Now, Prudence wants to know what's going on with Father Blackwood, why he's going, and why he's planning to do all this stupid shit. And while that's happening, Lucifer is trying to basically get Sabrina to come over there. And while Lucifer's doing that, he's basically trying to figure out how to get Sabrina on her side. Now Sabrina is over there trying to figure out what to do, how to get Lucifer to basically not fulfill this destiny, because she doesn't want her friends getting killed. By doing that, she figures out that like that thing with that her father, that little that little puzzle that her father made for her was basically can trap people in it. So she decided to trap Lucifer in it after a dance, after she accepted a dance, and with that she basically gets him and stuck in there for a moment, and then they fight. He gets out, and then they figure out that they have to do something. And so the best way to trap a celestial being is put him into a human being or any type of being that has a soul. And so with that, Nick decides, because he's a warlock, he'll do it, and so he traps Lucifer with him inside of his body as a soul. And then he does that, and then Lucifer gets stuck, the day is saved, and then Lady Blackwood, Lady Satan, I think, Madam Satan is what her name is, and that's basically just Miss Wardwell, which is also just considered Lilith. You know, Lilith is what her full name. But that's her 3 AKAs. But she basically just becomes the Lord of the Hell, like the Lordess of Hell, the Madam Satan, and she basically just takes Lucifer that's inside of Nick, and she sticks him as like a pet inside of her, and then that's the end of the season. So yeah, guys, that was the end of season 2. Is the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I hope you guys didn't bore you guys. But yeah, guys, this is JeremyrayRetherford. I salute you guys. I salute you guys out. Ram the Jeremy's dreams, and always be a slump. Bye.